Ta-da! Welcome back, peasants. Oh my gosh, I can hear the washing machine. Yes, that was a little preview of the webcam. I am not using a webcam right now, but it is my plan eventually too. I just do not have it in me today. Today we are doing a follow-up video to the Prxnce Delarosa create-a-sim that I made a few weeks ago. This is her family business. It's a flower shop and then a cafe next to it. I do have to admit that the cafe was not something that I initially wanted to make. It was more so of the lot sizes available and I wanted it to be near their home, that I wasn't just going to put one shop there. So it's a little bit of both, but her mom was famous for her spaghetti, so it's kind of like a chill hangout area, but it was definitely a second thought, I cannot lie. But I end up fixing it in the end, and I have a little walkthrough for everyone so you can see that it turned out fine, whatever. Jumping right into it, I trimmed this video down a lot more than my previous ones because I don't have it in me to do a 45-minute voiceover, so I am sorry. Just if you can tell that more things are cut out, let me know how you feel about that. I was kind of in between. I'm someone who likes seeing all the nitty-gritty details when it comes to a create-a-sim. I want to see how many options it took people, but then I did realize it's kind of a waste of time if I go through and end up changing things, so there will be like moments when we're jumping around, but I hope you don't mind. I'm probably going to yap anyways over this video. Maybe not even talk about the build that much until the very end. If you can't tell again, I am sick. Major surprise to everyone. Not in the slightest. I just want to say, before I get into this story time, oh yeah, I'm using this as more of like a podcast. I know other people do that. I'm just gonna yap because frankly, I cannot tell you what is going on in the video behind us. Just watch and enjoy if you want to see. I don't know how entertaining it is. Maybe I'll reference the build at some point. Yeah, I'm sick. And the reason why I'm sick is a combination of a few things, I believe. Well, I do want to preface saying I am 22 years old, so I do still go out and act like I am 22. Thankfully I have friends, so I'm not doing this alone. But last weekend, not this weekend, I had gone out with my friends, and like sometimes there's an after party, but I normally try to avoid them, especially when I'm home. In Arizona, it was very much different culture. But when I'm in Minnesota, after parties I normally tend to avoid, just because the last thing I want to do is get stranded. And you'll never guess what happened. I got stranded. So I went to an after party with my friend after we had gone out, and well, first of all, I'm dramatic. I am very dramatic. So we go out, and I am with one of my friends. We're the last two surviving, but we're at this after party with a bunch of other people, and I'm friendly with them. I know them. It wasn't random, I guess. And she started having boy problems, so then she ended up going home, and I just wasn't ready to leave yet. It wasn't like a, oh, I want to stay and party. It was more like a, I didn't know you were leaving right now, so can I have your keys so I can go? She gives me her keys, because we're going to go back to her place, and I was just going to meet her there like 15 minutes after. I just need to be able to collect myself. And so I'm sitting there gathering my things. I order an Uber. I had been out all night at this point. It's like 4 a.m., and I'm in this Uber, and I have been known to yap in an Uber, but this particular one I was quiet, so I really did nothing that could have offended this man, this Uber driver, this person. And mind you, 4 a.m., it is the coldest day on record, -40 out, like on record this year, and I think in the past 3 or 4 years. So cold that they picked up all of the houseless people, and I don't know what you call them. I think it's houseless. Displaced people. They picked up all the displaced people off the streets, brought them to a shelter. It was that cold because you literally will freeze to death. I'm in this Uber. When you're in a city, it's kind of easier to just like get lost, even if something is like 2 or 3 miles away. It just is harder than like if you're in the suburbs and you walk 2 miles, you kind of know what you're gonna see. He drops me off 2 miles away from where it was. I double checked this. I double checked my ride multiple times. He told me get out. I am a queer man. I don't want to sit there and argue with him. I don't know why he was deciding the ride was over. It was just over. I get out of the car. I look around. No clue where I am. I've had a few drinks at this point, and it's -40 out and 4 a.m. Nothing's open. No one's on the streets. Lights are barely on. And he just drives away. I look down at my phone. 4%. How great, right? So then I am attempting to order a new ride. And at this point, well, I was trying to call my friend's house I was on the way to, and she wasn't answering. At this point, it is 4 a.m., so obviously she probably fell asleep as soon as she got home before me, but I have her keys. Because I was in an altered state of mind, like I just was drunk, I was so scared that I did put in the address incorrectly and that I didn't know her address. So then I realized like, hey, I should just Uber back to my mom's house. I don't know what else to do. I look and it is a $55 ride. The Uber to my friend's place is already $15. And I'm not particularly like too strict with money. I'm not gonna be like stupid, or I'll be stupid with spending, but I'm not gonna be stupid about like, okay, life or death, like stay in the cold. So I just ordered the $55 ride. I figured it would be easier. The driver who accepted me was 30 minutes away. Mind you, -40, 4% phone. I don't have an option to sit there and keep ordering rides until someone accepts who's closer. Like, I literally just had to accept that. I sit in a building, interjecting by saying that it was sitting inside the doorway of a building outside. So the door was locked. I was sitting like in the walk up to that door. I was not in a building, otherwise I would not be sitting there crying in pain from being so cold. Okay, back to the story. Shaking back and forth, hiding in my jacket and crying, and I had 911 pulled up on my phone because I don't know, like I just didn't want to freeze to death. Also, I'm scared. Like I was crying out of pain. I wasn't even scared. It hurt so bad to be that cold. Finally, I was being so dramatic, but I like texted my friends. I was like, my message was dramatic, but like the idea of texting them wasn't. I was just like, hey, this is where I am. I don't know why I got dropped off early, but like it is really cold. If you don't hear from me in the morning, like check this location, because you just don't know. And also when you've been drinking, it is so much easier to like think you're warm when you're not. And I was crying out of pain with how cold I was that I couldn't imagine like how cold I would have actually been if I was like completely sober. This is where I made the mistake. I send that message to my friend, finally get picked up, thankfully, and I made the next driver turn his seat up all the way. God bless him. I was literally rocking back and forth, so freezing cold. But as soon as I got home, my phone died, so I just went straight to bed. I woke up, like you would have thought that they actually did find my dead body and I was like a ghost looking over. I woke up to so many texts out of concern where I was, out at my friend Joanna, my bestie, my twin, everything. She somehow went through like my night and contacted people that I didn't even know how to contact to ask where I was. Love you, Joanna. Sorry for the panic. Eventually, she got a hold of my mom. My mom confirmed I was home, but then I'm sitting there. It's like that was already a panic and like I was a little anxious, and I felt guilty for not telling anyone I got home. But literally, as soon as I got home at that point, it was almost 5 a.m. I just wanted to go to bed. It had already been a night. I'd been freezing in the cold for 30 minutes, stranded. Like, it was scary. I was like replaying the night. I didn't do anything to piss off this man, right? I realized that I did put in the address correctly before I start claiming that this man dropped me off at the wrong place. Finally, I tell my mom. I thought my mom was gonna be mad at me for buying a $55 ride, but I was like sitting there, I was like, I kind of want a refund for that first ride. Like, that's weird, but I don't want to get the guy in trouble. Like, I'm assuming, this is no shade, but I'm just like assuming most of the time, in my experience, it wasn't the first thing I wanted to do, but it was the quickest thing to get hired for. I didn't want to get him fired because I'm assuming he was looking for jobs elsewhere, or like he probably didn't love that job. Maybe he does. I know there are some people who do love doing Uber. I've had countless who just prefer it. My mom's sitting there tweaking. She's a true crime junkie. She's like, you need to report him right now, blah blah blah. I was like, wait, what? Like, I wasn't in the like ballpark to report him. I was just gonna like reach out to support. She reminds me of 2 years ago, the exact same thing happened, and the boy literally did die. He got dropped off 2 miles away. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, maybe this is kind of like a gruesome story. Like, should I end this? Long story short, spent well over $75 on rides that night to be dropped off incorrectly and not get to where I wanted to go. I got a $2 refund. And I'm pretty sure they did fire the driver, but I feel kind of bad about that. I feel really bad about it. I know he made a mistake, but everyone was saying to report him so it doesn't happen again. But like, maybe he was confused, or maybe something else was happening. Like, I don't know. I just wanted a refund, and $2 was not worth it. Like, it was not worth going through the hassle of like getting contact with support, my mom hovering over my shoulders telling me what to put in the report. Like, diva. Like, I don't know. I feel like I should have had more than $2. Oh. Okay, wait. That's what I was getting at. Sorry, can you tell I have ADHD? And then I've been sick since. Being outside for that long in the cold gave me another cold. I just got over my last cold, y'all. And then on top of it, it's allergy season for me. I have year-long allergies. It's like I am an inhaler diva right now, like puff puff pass with my inhaler because I cannot breathe. I have a humidifier going on in the background, but literally being outside for that long, like I was cold for the next 2 days. Guys, I got a neti pot. They are life changing, but I'm still backed up. I can't get any better. I also, I think at this point it is just allergies. Like, I don't think it's a cold anymore, but the cold gave me a cold. I got like really quickly. Okay, maybe to put our focus back onto the video really quickly before I talk about anything else. I think we're still in the flower shop. The layout that I wanted to go for was very much like homey. It's been in the family forever. I wanted the cafe to be maybe something where like they purchased it after owning the flower shop. Like, they bought the flower shop and then the cafe always existed there. So the flower shop has been around for quite a while. And then when the building next to them was put up for sale or lease, they bought it. And now it's a family business on both ends. So the flower shop is going to be a little bit older in terms of feel and look, but the cafe is a little bit newer, at least kind of the surface area. But I also wanted to make sure that if you brought your Sims here, you could learn flower arranging. So maybe you don't have to buy it yourself, or there will be flowers available. So I definitely went through and marked everything for sale, but also made sure to include actual places to flower arrange. Or if you play with this family, that you have 4 different arrangement tables where you can keep making the arrangements from seasons. I also made sure to throw in some other of the like decoration flowers just because I thought they were cute. And in theory, it's The Sims, it's a sandbox game. You can act like she made them even if she didn't, because the world is your oyster when you're playing this game. But yeah, I used some of the stuff from the newer kits, the Comfy Gamer, like those boards. I just thought it would make sense to like have those shelves and like different types of things, like maybe like gardening tools, whatever. I don't know, I don't really go to flower shops often, but one of my friends, Aiden, I don't think he'll care if I say his name, he is really good at growing plants, so I low-key pulled inspiration from like the one time I went to I think it was a gardening store, it was something, I did, there was like a plant store, he like knows what he's talking about. I literally pulled inspiration from that one visit, and then I had an idea in my head of how I wanted it to look. And I think it came close enough, but it was definitely a hassle. If I didn't trim this video down, it should have been like 45 minutes, not including the walkthrough, like just the speed build itself. But yeah, that's like, I don't know. I wish I could get into plants, but I can't. I don't know if you guys can. Let me know. I would love to hear if any of you are actually able to like keep anything alive, because personally, I definitely struggle with it. I've maybe owned like 1 or 2 plants in my life. Actually, the one plant that I did own with one of my old roommates, she kept alive, but we kept it alive the entire time we were there. Literally just every time I was in the living room, I put water in it, and it never went thirsty. I don't know if I was like overdoing it, but I can tell you at least did not go thirsty. So that allergy season, sick, stuffed up. I want you guys to hear like my actual voice now, but also like maybe not, because when I wake up right now, it is sounding like this, and it is completely dry, and I can't do anything about it, and I think it's a little scary. I am not that intense. Actually, I don't think I'm that intense. I like it when my voice is that deep, but there is no character to it, and already I'm trying to get like more comfortable putting some character and like emphasis in my voice, especially when I'm doing the voiceovers, that I need to not sound like this. But I happen to be sick all the time. Also, did you guys notice my crown that I put on at the beginning of the video? I mentioned that crown only because I don't know if it's like kind of nerdy. You know how people collect some things? I found out that you could buy crowns on almost anything that does deliveries. I found this out last year when I got like a holiday bonus with my job, and I was like, what should I spend it on? A wig and a crown. So it wasn't even like, it really wasn't expensive, but like it's high quality. It is not plastic. It is like metal. Definitely the stones are fake. Otherwise it would have been probably tenfold the price. But then I have 3 other crowns. And why do okay, the first one was just because I want a crown. Like, even though I wasn't uploading videos a year ago, on and off camera, I act like royalty. I think it is a disservice that I was not born royal, but you can't choose where you're born or what family you're born into. But if I could choose, it would be the royal family of any. Honestly, of any, I'll take any. I just maybe like, well, I think maybe the British royal family isn't like the most popular nowadays, but to me, I like it. I don't know, to not work, but also like, I guess they do work. I think I'd like it. Yeah, I could do that work. That'd be fun. Also have all the money in the world, but you know, everyone always wants money. Ooh, yeah, because then I could meet like the Prince of Spain or whatever. I don't know. I've seen the paparazzi pictures. I want to meet that man. Give me 10 minutes. 10 minutes and a hair tie. Okay, actually, okay, Ashton. I also don't know how many people know the backstory of why my name was Prxnce on YouTube. There was a YouTuber named Queen with 2 X's back in the day, and she passed away in like 2013, a little bit after The Sims 3 Island Paradise came out. And I had a very parasocial relationship with her where, like, I don't know, I just didn't really have that many friends when I was in elementary school and middle school. So I think it was around a year after she had passed away that I decided to be Prxnce with an X. I didn't ever want her to be forgotten. I think, you know, kind of that idea of no one's really dead until you stop talking about them. So I always hope to, like, keep her in mind and keep her brought up, especially right now. We're like near the 25th anniversary of The Sims birthday, and to me she was a huge part of the Sims community. I will always lay my respects down to her and Life Simmer for really getting me into the game and kind of having an escapism from what felt like just a more sad time in my life. But I think a lot of kids who get into The Sims kind of do it because, like, they don't really have that many other friends, and you are playing God, but it also is a very easy game to throw yourself into. And I also think that's why I hold the Sims team nowadays in EA to such a high standard, because I've seen what they could do in previous Sims games that kept me entertained and locked in, and I just want to experience that with them again. So shout out Queen. I hope wherever you are that you are good. I know her little sister has continued her YouTube at times. Also hope you're doing well. Peace and love, my condolences. Sorry, this video might be, I'm talking about a lot of mortality. Like, okay, move on, Ashton, come on. I want to start doing voiceovers with a video on this, especially when I'm yapping, so that way there is more stimulation on the screen. I'm someone who, like, I'll have like 3 monitors set up and like a TV going in the background and watching TikTok at the same time and playing a game. My computer doesn't love it, but I do because it is stimulating me. So if you guys need that extra stimulation, I'm sorry for not having the webcam on yet. Also, a big part of wanting to do the webcam regularly is I want to keep my room clean as often as possible, and knowing that it will be in the background will make a big difference. I actually do have to go switch my load of laundry, but maybe not. Maybe I can wait. Like, what? There's like 10 more minutes or something. Anyways. Oh, guys, I went on a date. I don't know how much of it I want to talk about on here because I don't know if there's going to be a second date. I kind of like hope there's a second date, but I also low-key definitely have an issue with commitment, maybe like avoidant attachment. I have an issue with commitment where, like, I'm a cheater. That's like not my thing. I've only ever been in one like serious relationship and then a million situationships, and I tend to actually go a little bit cuckoo when I am talking to someone or I'm just like romantically involved in any sort of way, that I've like been separating myself from it. I also just haven't had like the most fun experience dating. I don't know like how many people actually have, and so I just like have in recent months detached myself from the idea of it because I low-key like the way that I am when I'm not stressing out over like there's so many other things you can stress out about in life. And I saw one person say this somewhere, maybe it was in a TV show, but I have lived by it since like May, and I've been stress-free, at least in terms of men, since May, that you'll do more in your life than amount to being someone's boyfriend or girlfriend, or you'll do more in life than amounting to be someone's significant other. That is just, there's so much more things I want to do. And, you know, maybe if like love is your thing, then like go for it. Like maybe that's all you ever want to amount to. I personally have a lot more things I want to do, and I waste so much time on stressing out about things that I literally can't control, and those things are other people. So with that being said, I did go on a date, and it went well, but it was also like, it was kind of in the back of my head the entire time, like thinking about that. Like, do I really want to be in a headspace where I'm going through with that? And then, you know, you look at builds like this where it's like a couple with their family business and they're trying to pass it off to their daughter. And I know it's a Sims, but like ideas like that are cute to me. But then I'm also very much like a friendship person where I just want to like be with my friends. Like to me, what I dislike about dating beyond just like the stressor of going on a date, because I can yap and I definitely do, but like, why can't I bring my friends? Like, we're doing something fun, can I bring my friends? But then it's like, okay, am I emotionally mature enough? Because why am I like, I don't know. I like we went to a museum, and low key, obviously it was a date and I was like willing and it was my idea to go to the museum. But then in the back of my head, I was like, wait, why haven't I asked my friends to go to this museum? Like, that way I'm not trying to get to know someone and I'm actually involved in the museum. It was cute, it was fine. We got lunch after, but definitely kind of like, I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to feel. If he, this is like a mental game. How about if he texts me for follow-up plans by tomorrow at 5 p.m., then I'll allow a second date. If not, it's a sign that I not only want to be alone right now, but like should be. Like, I don't know. That I get so scared because of that idea that people always say, like, when you're not looking is when you find them. And I, like, for the first time in probably my adult life, or at least 4 years, I came out when I was 18, that I feel like I just want to not be with someone. Oh, now that I'm saying that, wait, y'all, this might be a little unfair. Okay, wait. Do I want to be okay, yeah, but I get scared of that. But also, like, having that in the back of my head, is that making it so that doesn't happen? Because I will definitely say there was, like, a little bit of a moment last year where I was like, I'm not looking, but I was looking. We all knew I was looking, but I was hoping that by saying I wasn't looking meant that it would find me. I think I'm good. Like, I think I am good now. Like, I actually genuinely do mean it. It is so stress-free. But I don't know. I like this guy enough that I'm willing to do it, but don't quote me on that, because I could literally post a video in like 3 weeks and be crying on my bathroom floor doing a voiceover or on webcam. I'm hoping we'll see where the webcam takes me. I just need a light, and I have a whatever. Yeah. Now that I've actually ran out of things to talk about, let's focus back in on the build, because we're coming to an end here, and then I do have a little walkthrough at the end. I'm hoping that, I don't know if you saw my 2 videos ago, but, well, actually go watch it if you haven't seen it, but I did a walkthrough at the end, except I had like no energy when I filmed it, and I filmed the walkthrough a few days ago. So I'm hoping I like the audio and I'm okay with the video, otherwise I'm gonna have to cut it up and try to do a voiceover again. But this is where I got into the cafe shop. Kind of a cozy cafe. I want it upstairs to be more of like a chill hangout. Florence is in school actively, so she wanted definitely like a study spot, but then downstairs, like, you can order whatever you want. I ended up putting like spaghetti and stuff. I didn't make it as stocked as I made the flower shop. Again, it was an afterthought. I had to come in actually and like reattempt the build, because mentally I did not prepare at all to make this. So a little bit more rundown, but also like a little more put together. It's a newer addition to the family business than the other one, but I wanted it to look like people had been coming there and just getting a bite to eat while trying to do something like homework. I put a few laptops there, some study books, candle, just very homey vibes. They spend a lot of their time there. When I was younger and I'd make retail spaces, I used to always do like an apartment upstairs. I know that's like very popular for a lot of people. I wanted to avoid that because I did build them a house. Actually, on that, I need to film myself furnishing it, because that video file got corrupted, in which that will just be a whole different thing. So that will be another one of those videos where I am doing more of a not voiceover, but the exterior is already done, in which I don't know, I'm 50-50. I like seeing the process of like creating a floor plan and setting things up and just going through the exterior, but sometimes that can actually take longer. I am not like a master of floor plans. In fact, I actually am normally better when I come at things a second time over again. There's one house that literally got such a facelift in my save file, in which more videos on that will be coming soon. Obviously, needless to say, this place is for my save file if the family's for the save file. Okay, but that's all we're mentioning on that. This is like the furthest and longest I've gone into a video without actually saying those words. And then doing some like outdoor space right now. I wanted some cute patio lights, some furniture, just to make it cute and cozy. I just wanted it to be an inviting place. So this is their prized possession, a little like certificate on the wall saying that everything's okay. And then just filling it in with a little more clutter, trying to make some plants go out there. And then I think we are coming close to the end of the video now, everyone. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the walkthrough. It's not the end of the video. I'll see you in the walkthrough. Okay, bye. Thank you guys for watching the entire video. I am still sick, like I said, but I wanted to do a quick walkthrough so that way you could just get a feel for this. This is second retail store I've built recently, and historically I don't build these. I really don't like building community lots. We are located here. I didn't know if I wanted to flip it that way or this way, but it seems like from the map this is the side you see, and also there's all these stores going on in here. Outside, I definitely pulled inspo from Pinterest. That is, like, if I haven't seen it, like, guys, I grew up in Minnesota. I lived in Arizona for a year, so I know the Midwest and I know the South. I wanted this to be as authentic as possible, but functional, and I didn't want to beat myself up if I couldn't match the style of this world. So when you go in, I wanted it to be cluttered. They have owned this for years. This is their family shop. I did go through and make sure that everything is set for sale. Everything that should be, at least. And I also wanted it to double as kind of like a learning center. So upstairs I have the 3 flower arranging tables, and this is kind of like a maker space. It's not just for the family, because obviously we have one down here, but up here was just going to be if you come here and your sim wants to learn flower arranging, you have the options. There are flowers that grow here and down here that you can come and collect. Then you can just check out here. The bathrooms aren't fancy or specific at all. And then this is just kind of like the back office where the family sits. We have papers, a cute little flower, and then an archway into the kitchen for the cafe. The cafe, I still wanted to go with the same vibe as over here. I also wanted, because Florence is a college student and she still doesn't know if she wants to take over the family business, I wanted upstairs to be a hangout space. I did throw a chess table back here. Then out here we have the picnic table and some seating. But yeah, just come buy the food, hang out. These aren't as stocked. Eventually I'll probably go in and fill in some more because this is for my save file. Just like look around. I'm pretty proud of it. I wanted it to feel comfy, cozy, and kind of thrifted. Like, again, I still want it to be small business vibes. If anything, they probably started out owning the flower shop, and once they made enough money, they were able to buy the cafe in my head. Small, cozy, quaint. You can work on your charisma skill. Come buy some flowers. If you go on a date or rent a hotel here, then come buy a bouquet of flowers for your Sims loved ones. And I wanted different types. I wanted it to look like not just the seasonal flower bouquets were the only thing available. Up here, last one I did just change to have some more seating area. I did not go into this thinking I was building a cafe, okay? So that was thrown on last minute. Yes, we have some seating outside. I think it all turned out pretty nice. Sorry if this isn't the greatest walkthrough, but hey, this is what I got for you. I am so sick right now, so I'm gonna go drink some vitamin water and film the voiceover for the actual thing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Have a awesome day. Bye-bye.